Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy from the C, the ATL Don, checking in. This week we've got something a little bit different for the channel. If you've been following the channel, you've heard me drop here and there that I'm going to start doing sneaker customs. I've been building up my supplies. I originally didn't plan this to be my first custom, but I've got a ton of requests to do this. So if you follow the channel, you know my most recent pickup was the 2020 Jordan 1 Mid Chicago toe. I bought these with the intentions of turning the toe box white, so I'd have a Chicago Jordan 1 Mid. So no further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so we're going to set the left shoe aside. We're just going to work on the one shoe on camera. I'm going to try to film this from two different angles. Hopefully it works out. I've only ever done that one other time. So everything that I think we should need, hopefully, of course, we got a heat gun to speed up the drying process. Hadn't decided if I'm going to mask off the toe box because I never have customized, so I don't know how steady my hand will be. We're going to be using some Unltd products. I got flat white. I was going to put down a gray base coat, so it would help when you lay down the white. The only gray I had on hand was shadow gray for the Jordan 1 shadows. Got the Unltd leather preparer and deglazer that we need to use to take the finish off the toe box before painting it. I got a Unltd angular brush. I also got a fine tip one to try to get down in the tight spots and everything. We'll be using cotton rounds to use with a deglazer, and the finishing step we'll be using Krylon matte finish to seal off our work. So my memory card can only hold 20 minutes of footage at a time, so there will be breaks in the footage. So I'm probably going to play some music during some of this, so it's not so boring. You're just sitting there watching, and plus we're not going to show like the whole 9 yards. I'll show the beginning of each process and divide it up. So cross your fingers. Let's hope this is successful. Let's get into this. Alright, first step, we're going to take out the laces. Well, as soon as I saw the sneak preview of these several months back, I already knew I wanted to get these to do this custom. I've been building up supplies probably since around like November to get into doing this. I bought a lot of used Air Force Ones that I bought originally to be my first couple projects, but I've been getting a lot of DMs and comments requesting me to do this video, or people ask me when this video is going to drop, so I went ahead and bumped this one up to be the first one for me to do. Alright. Probably going to switch back and forth on camera angles. Do suggest wearing a shirt you don't care about just in case you happen to get paint splatter back on you. Alright. I will put links down below for everything that I'm using on this custom. should have like a stickiness feel to the toe box area once you deglaze it. That's when you know you've done it properly. Good. Just hit it with the heat gun right quick just to dry that up before we, hopefully it doesn't make my studio lights go off. I like to make them flicker a little bit. Alright, so I think that's good to go. Stuff out of the way. Alright, so we got the toe box deglazed, but I'm going to use the shadow gray paint as a base coat. Mixed up really good. Hopefully this is the easiest custom that I ever do, I hope. I would like to double up on these. I do see these going up in price. I should have doubled up on them the day I got these, but sometimes you just never know. Ones you don't expect to sell out do, and vice versa. Alright. So I'm going to use the angular brush to get the wide areas. Toughest part is probably going to be underneath these flaps. Probably going to be the toughest area to get. Coat, we don't have to make it perfect since it's just a base coat. I did forget to get those toothpicks in case the holes got too much paint in them. I just experienced that. That worked. Alright, we're going to finish this up and we'll be right back once we get the gray laid down. Alright, just finished putting on the base coat of the gray before we apply the white. Didn't do it perfect, but just needed to get it coated before we start applying the white. I decided not to mask anything off. I think I did decent considering I've never done this before. But so we'll get ready to lay down some flat white, get it shook up. Alright, going to use the same brushes as we used before. I just use the angular brush. Then I just use the fine detail brush to get around the tight areas. So I'm going to probably lay down at least one coat of this on camera, and then we'll do the rest off camera so this video is not super long. Should have brought in some toothpicks before I started this, but I wasn't thinking. Plus, I've never done a custom before, so you live and learn. I think the gray definitely helped it out a lot, just making the white apply a lot easier. Just probably had to use way more coats on top of that black if we didn't put the gray down first. I've seen where some people, like if they're going to paint red, will put down like a hot pink base, which I did buy some hot paint for if I had a custom like that in the future. I don't know like how many coats this will take. I'm guessing maybe 3 to 4 maybe, since we used the gray base. That gray definitely helped out a lot though. We're going to take a break. I'm going to continue working on it. Like I said, I don't want the video to be, super long. So once I get the first coat on, I'll come back and show you the progress, alright? Alright, we got a good solid coat on there. You still can see a little bit of the black trying to shine through, or the gray that we use as the base coat. But I think I'm going to hit it with maybe 2 more coats and see how we look after that. We're going to do one more coat on camera, then we'll take a break. And work on this maybe 30, 40 minutes maybe. So. This would probably be a very, very easy custom for someone that's never done a custom before, like myself, to do. I highly recommend doing one that's real simple like this first to get used to it. Plus, you're going to run into errors here and there. Like, I wasn't thinking about the holes in the toe box getting clogged up when I sometimes would accidentally put too much paint on the brush. And I've seen where other people use like a toothpick to pop out the holes, which I failed to do that. I was able to blow enough pressure on it to get the paint out of the holes, so that worked just as well, I think. There's a rough second coat on it. It's looking great. Going to do some more off camera, so this, once again, so the video is not really long. But we'll be back after. I may even do the third coat, but we're getting very close to getting this finished. I think this will be an easy custom to get done in probably under an hour if you're used to customizing. But we'll be back. All right, just finished putting on the third coat of white. Came out very nice. I'm going to let it cure overnight before I hit it with the Krylon matte finish. Yeah, I could hit it with a heat gun, but I'd rather let it dry naturally. So I think it came out pretty good. The only thing I would have done differently was make sure I had a toothpick to poke in the holes in the toe box whenever I was painting. I didn't think about doing that, so I was able to blow really hard on the toe box and was able to get the paint out of the holes that way. But, other than that, I think for my very first sneaker custom, it came out pretty dope. So I'll finish this up either tomorrow or the next day, and I'll hit it with a Krylon matte finish, lace it up, and let you see the close-up and the before and after. All right, we're back on day 2. I let them dry overnight, hit them with a Krylon matte finish to seal in the work. So I think for my first custom, it came out really good. I think I did a good job considering I never painted anything before. I did not use the masking tape. I just freehand it. And I did get some white sometimes on the red, but I was able to wipe it off right away. Then one thing I wish I did do that I didn't have, like a toothpick or something to help poke in the holes in the toe box whenever the paint closed up the holes. But since I didn't have one handy, I just would blow really hard on the toe box and it would open up the holes on it. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. So just a rundown of everything I used to make this happen. I first, took the laces out, hit it with the Unltd leather preparing deglazer. Then I lay down, I use these cotton rounds with the deglazer to prep the leather. I didn't have any regular gray, so I had the shadow gray Unltd paint I use as a base coat since we're painting on top of black. Hit it with 3 coats of flat white. I used 2 different brushes. I used this 1/2-inch angler brush, which works great to do all the big areas. Then I had this, can't remember what they call this one. It just says size 0, brush. It's very tiny. I use that to get all up in the real tight areas and to get closer to the edge of the red. But and the last step was to hit it with a Krylon matte finish to help seal in the work. But so we got the before and the after. I think it came out really good in my opinion. I hope everybody enjoyed today's video. Please give a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Trenz Unltd merch in the description. Also, let me know what other kind of customs you'd like to see. I can't do nothing too extravagant because I'm just learning. But I have a bunch of Air Force Ones that I've already bought, and I got 2 to 3 more pairs of Jordan 1 mids I want to customize. But comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you bought this, did you do this? I'd like to know the feedback. I hope this helped everybody that watched it. And until next time, it's your boy Infamous C, the ATL Don, signing out. Peace. I'm in the trap on the block with my vest and my clock. I'm that thug.